everybody. Today, if you're petless, companionless in Warframe, we're gonna fix that with this simple video. I'm gonna time code it down below. You can check it out. It'll show you every living companion in the game. I'm gonna run through, show you how to get it. The robotic ones we're gonna keep off the list because most likely they are in the market, in the dojo, or they're the prime versions that you farm through relics. So we're gonna stick with the Kavats, the Kubrows. We'll pull it up in here. I'll show you visuals for it. We're gonna stick to the different Kavats, the Kubrows, the Helminth Chargers, whatever that's supposed to be, and the Predasites. And I believe that I'm an idiot because I thought that was some kind of flying thing. I guess maybe I was thinking about these Vulpaphyla things. I guess I don't know what that is. But yeah, that's what we're gonna be running through in this video. We're gonna get you a friend, because like, who doesn't want to have a cat? Well, that is a shame. Who doesn't want to have a cat that you can pet up all on your ship with you? You know, like that. Pretty sick, man. That's like half the fun of playing the game, for real. So stick with it. Skip to what you want to skip to if you would prefer to watch it that way, or take in some knowledge and learn how to do everything. To start this off, for you to be able to unlock the living companions of the game, you're gonna have to complete this Howl of the Kubrow quest. So I don't believe there's any prerequisites for it besides just making it past the beginner missions. I'll clarify on that, and I'll throw it up here if I'm wrong. There's a solid chance I might be, but if there's nothing on the screen, you know, I ain't do too bad right there. But you're gonna have to do this. That gets you the starting segment you need, and then I'll show you how to get the Kavat incubator segment if that's something that you wish to pursue. To start this off, we're gonna be looking for a Kubrow Egg. To get the Kubrow Egg, it doesn't matter what Warframe or weapon you're using, because the mission that we are running is going to be right here on Earth, the very first mission, E Prime. And we're going to hop in here, and I'll show you exactly what you're doing, even though you should already know this because you already did the Howl of the Kubrow quest. If you didn't do that, then skip this and go play that quest, because that'll guarantee that you get the egg, and it's going to show you where to get the incubator power core and everything. But most importantly, when you run the mission to do the egg, it will guarantee that you get it. So if you haven't done that, do that. But if you already have done that and you forgot how, watch this. We're hopping in. So we're in the mission. We're just going to run through. This is an extermination. Very easy. And a big point to this is listening to the noise, because you heard him growl, and there's the Kubrows right there, and here's the den. So you just break the den down, and when you break the den, there's a chance you'll get the egg. It'll be a green drop that comes out. So we didn't get one there. It is rather rare that they drop. I would say I'm gonna run this until I get one, just so I can give you a number. Just something to go off, or to base off of for yourself. But I would imagine it's about 4 or 5, I feel like. And there we go. We heard a Kubrow, so we know there's one around. And here's 2 dens right here. Break that one. Didn't get it. Break that one. Nothing. You see they come out. And if you're new, kill them, because that's how you get Kubrow mods, by killing them. Killing the Kubrows. There's more. See, that one attacked a little late. It makes me think there's another den around here somewhere. I guess he might have just been a leftover one. But you'll see sometimes a lot of dens spawn, sometimes not so many. Here's one right here. Nothing. Another one back here. Cephalon fragment. Always make sure you have the codex scanners. we're just gonna keep running through here.
None of the scanners have detected you.
Check everything out. Probably nothing down there. Man, not one then. This is one of the areas that you want to check out when you see this. Usually there's a couple of dens. I find usually there's some over in this area. You find them tucked around on the outside. I feel usually there's about 2, maybe 3 of them that spawn there. I've seen like 4 or 5 spawn at times. And here we are at spawn. We got one right here. There's the Kubrow Egg right there. God bless. So we got the Kubrow Egg right at spawn, and that was my second mission running this. I'm not going to show the first because I was stuttering and not a single den spawned on it. But second mission right there, and that's the egg. So it seems like they might have increased the drop chance since I last played. I'm not sure. But yeah, it usually doesn't take very long. You know, maybe about 5-10 missions, I feel like. Like I said, that one was 2, but I think that was not a good example. I think that was rather quick. So that's getting yourself the Kubrow Egg. So to get a power core, you just in the market, you can buy the blueprint right here for 50k. It's one of the ones you only need to buy one time. So you buy it once and you can keep reusing it. And all of these materials are fairly common besides the Argon crystals. So we'll show you the Argon crystals. It's a little weird. You don't want to grind them all at once because they disappear from your inventory. I believe it's 12 hours, but I'll check and throw it up for you. Getting Argon crystals is really quite easy. You're going to want a Necros. And that's pretty much about it. You don't even need Necros. He just is going to make it go faster for you because it is a rare drop. So the more drop chances you get, the better chance of you doing it. You need to go anywhere in the void. All of these missions will drop Argon crystals. So choose whichever one you want to do. What I usually do if I need them, which I don't need them at the moment, I don't believe. But I go on here and I find like the highest level survival that I can. So I mean, am I bugging right now? Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna go into the survival, and I'm gonna run 5 minutes. Resource boosters help, but it's not important. You only need one for the segment, and that is what it is. So once you come in, desecrate for using Necros. If not, you're just killing shit. You know, it's easy work. These are light levels. Argon crystals only stay in your inventory for, I believe, 20. You know, look at that. We're 2 minutes in. There's already 2 Argon crystals over here. And that's how easy it is to get these. All of these missions drop them. It's very, very fast. Open crates. Do whatever you need to do. Once you have your egg in your power core, you're going to come over to the incubator. Kubrow breeding. And you'll see we have both of these, and we can begin incubation. Now you can either do random, or you can get imprints. The imprints here you'll see, if you have 2 of the same, so like for Drogo, if I put this in, and this in, I'm going to get an exact copy of that original dog. But if you mix them, I think these are all Sneakas, so it doesn't really matter. But you can mix them and have random outcomes with the color pattern and everything. But for this one, I'm going to do a random incubation. I guess I'll do that. So we'll get that going. And you'll see here, just walk away. Go back down here. And it started. Usually this thing closes up and it shows you the egg inside, but I guess it's not going to do that this time for whatever weird reason. But yeah, there we go. We'll be back in 24 hours to see that. So we are back to see what kind of Kubrow we got from that egg. Let's check it out. Vasca. I'm pretty sure this is the defense kind. So once you hatch him, you just give him a name. I'm just gonna call him Bob because I'm gonna get rid of this dude. Sorry, Bob. So this thing's gonna close up. Maybe it's not. Oh, there you go. This is usually what it does when you put the egg in there to hatch too. I'm not entirely sure why it didn't do it the first time, but now Bob's gone. But if we go over here to our companions, we should be able to see Bob right there. And we'll set him up to roam the orbiter. So when it's a puppy and you hatch him, he's going to be this small little puppy thing. And then you're going to come into here and you can mature him. So once you mature him, you'll see that thing closes up again. And then it should pop back open. And now he's fully grown. If you guys are interested in the Helminth here, this Helminth Charger, he looks like this. I'll show you exactly what you need to get him. So, much like the way that you make a Kubrow, you're going to come over here and you'll see we can begin incubation, and this is the standard Kubrow breeding, right? And if we want the Helminth, you're going to need a Warframe that's infected. So I believe my Garuda has an infection. You see that little cyst on her neck there? That pink cyst? That's the infection. So now if we begin incubation on a Kubrow, you can see that we can drain our cyst. And doing that, when it hatches, that'll make it a Helminth. Now I'm not going to show that right now, but that is how you do it, and it'll go through the 24-hour timer, and then you'll have your puppy Helminth to do what you wish with. To get the Kavats, you have 3 options. You can either buy it from the market for platinum. Bang, that's the price. You come to your dojo and go to the Tenno lab. And once you're in here, if you have a good dojo, or a good clan, I mean, unlike mine, this will be done and you'll be able to purchase it from here. And you'll see you need 10 genetic codes. So for your first Kavat, you're going to need 20 codes in total. So a resource booster is really going to help you, and the drop chains booster is really going to help you on that. So you need 20 in total, you need 10 for the Kavat, and you need 10 for the segment. So that's your second option for the segment. Your third option is it drops from certain enemies. I'll throw them up here. And what I find is that if I go on over to Saturn and Helene, I find that if I stay here for like, I don't know, 12, 15 rounds, whatever it is, now that they do the 3 thing, it's a little weird. But about 15 rounds, I end up usually getting 1 or 2 of them. So you can also get it that way if you're not a part of a clan and don't want to join one for whatever reason. No, that's another way you could get it besides buying it from the market. So that's the segments. You'll need both of them, but that's how you get them. Mostly in the dojo. Then the first one comes from completing the quest. To get started, you're going to need codex scanners. So just come over to the market if you don't have any. Codex scanners right here. You'll see $500 will get you 25 of them. I have a bunch of them because I just don't like coming in here all the time. So once you get into a credit farm, which I have a video about, and you get a decent amount of credits, you know, it's worth just buying a bunch of them at one time and you never have to do it again. So then you come down to the gear wheel and you can throw them on wherever you want. And once you have those equipped, Ideally, you're going to want to use a Loki or an Avara for this. You can use other frames, exponentially harder if you do so. So once you have Loki, you're going to come over to Deimos, or you're going to come to Horned. It's really up to you. Both of them work. Horned is faster. I think Phlegius, whatever. I think that one spawns more Kavats, it seems like, but it's really random. We're going to go to Horned for the first try. So we're inside here now. And you're going to want to pop your invisibility if you're in Loki. If you're in Avara, I'm not sure what her invisibility is. I know she walks. I forgot what ability it would be. But you're going to want to go invisible. And what I do is I pull out my codec scanner. And I go like this. And we'll just scan around here. And what we're looking for is the wild Kavats that spawn naturally.
Has vital information that we will need to extract. We need our subject brought back alive.
So as we're running through here to the extraction, we'll see up here 2 green ones, they're invisible. And we just gotta scan them. So there's one. We didn't get one that time. And you'll see we got the Kavat genetic code right there. So that's how you get these codes. Let me capture this target before he gets away from me. And you run around the map and do that. Oh wow, he killed himself. That's pretty sweet.
Our target is dying. Hurry, complete the capture before they expire. Success. The captive is safely in our hands.
So I go like this.
Congratulations, Tenno.
Ooh, this is horrible. It's not where I wanted to be. Yeah, so you keep the codec scanner out when you're invisible, and that's why it's nice to have the invisible frame. And nothing sees you and mess with you.
Stay focused.
And you just run around flashing it looking for them. See, it highlights everybody. Once you scan them enough, they turn green. And then they stick out real clearly. But otherwise, you gotta look around for the way that they move. They're usually in here. If they're not invisible, they are fighting with the other enemies. And they'll run from you also, so
Another job.
when they're fighting the other enemies, they're really hard to scan. So that's why doing it with an invisible frame is ideal. You can walk right up to them, get in their face, scan them, get out. If you're looking for a Kavat, you definitely want a resource booster and probably a resource drop chains booster. Those will make your life a lot easier because it is a pain to farm these. And if you don't have Loki, it really sucks. Avaro is not bad for it, but like I said, she has to walk when she's invisible, so it's really slow if you use her. So Loki's really ideal for this, but that's how you get the Kavat genetic codes. It's fairly simple. It's just a pain, you know, just annoying. Once you have your power core crafted and your Kavat genetic codes, you're just gonna begin incubation. And same thing with the imprints. You can use your imprints. If I put both of these in there, this is the exact cat that we'll get. Same thing with Miss Danger here. And if we mix these, one's a Smita, one's an Adarza. So it would be a 50-50 chance on which one of these it would be. I'm pretty sure we would guarantee it would be a male. And then we would have some kind of mix of these colors. And there's size differences also. I'm not sure if you can. I don't think these two particularly have one. But for Kubrows especially, there's size differences. But I'll just show you this. Begin the incubation on him. So it'll stay closed for the 24 hours there. And just for the sake, I'm gonna rush it. Female Adarza. Now we're just gonna name her. It's a copy because we already have one. And there we go. Domestic kitten. Mature for combat. Not like we need to. And boom. Alright, we're looking for the Vasca Kavat this time. And to get started on this, it doesn't matter anything that you're using. You just want to make sure that you have a regular Kavat already equipped. And the idea here is we're going to get this thing infected, and we're going to bring it back and take imprints of the infection. You can disinfect them. I'm not entirely sure how to do that. Figure it out if you want to. I'm just using Kavat that I don't care about. The Smita Kavat is the one that gives you luck. I don't even ever use that. I basically always use my carrier. But I want this thing for the mastery, so let's get into it. Go to Cetus, and it has to be on nighttime. So that's an important factor of this. Well, it has to be nighttime on Plains Eidolon, but you can go to Cetus or Plains Eidolon, whichever one you prefer. And I'm going to go into Cetus, that way I can grab a mission without loading right into a team. Okay, so we're here in Cetus. We're going to head over to Master Tisane. We're going to browse wares. You can come here and you can get yourself a Vasca Kavat, Pheromone, and the Lure. And I'm sure that would make this really nice and easy. Sadly, I'm not level 3 with them, so that's not a possibility for me. There we go. So I'm just running here. Oh, I was in public. Okay. Head in solo. And basically, why they're gonna run around or walk or fly around looking for these here they are right here, these Vasca Kavats. So let's see if we can get them to attack Chubtastic here. He bit the piss out of me. There we go. So you see he hit him, and now he's glowing red. So now that our guy's glowing red, we're going to kill him up, and then we're just going to leave here. And that was really easy. He almost murdered me, and I didn't realize they were so strong. So you see he has this red glow around him. And we're just going to head out here with Mr. Chub. Easy peasy. Okay. And now that we're at the ship, come over to him, and you'll still see that red outline on him there. And what we're going to do here is come to genetic tools, and we're going to create an imprint of Mr. Chub. Preferably you want to do this with a Kavat that has more than one imprint left. And you'll see now, creating a pet will consume the blank imprint and cure him of the virus. So we're going to do yes. And that's interesting. I didn't actually know that that would cure him. That's a happy surprise. I thought you'd have to do something extra for that. So it seems like if you want to guarantee this, you're going to have to do this 2 times. Not that that is a difficult task at all. So I rushed that imprint on him, and he's still glowing red, so I'm not entirely sure if he's still infected or not. It did say it removed the infection when you created the imprint, but judging off of him still glowing red, I'm not entirely sure that I believe that. So if we come over to the imprints, you'll see for whatever reason it doesn't show up here. I found that if I type Vasca, it does show up now. So these are the imprints you need. You're going to want 2 of them to guarantee that you get him a Vasca. So that's what I would recommend. But that's how you get them. And yeah, I mean, enough said. Let's try to make it as easy as possible. The hardest part is just making sure that you're in there on nighttime. I find that usually when I play it's daytime or something, and then it's like 2 hours until nighttime, and then I miss it every time. So yeah, that's the main part, is just make sure it's nighttime on the Plains Eidolon. Okay, for the final recap for the Kavats, Kubrows, and Vasca section of this video. For the Kubrows, you're going to complete the Howl of the Kubrow quest. That'll get you your power core, and that will also get you your segment that you need. And your first egg. For the Argon crystals, that's any void mission will drop them. Very easy. For your Kavat segment, you're going to come to the dojo and buy it, or you can grab it off of Helminth Defense on Saturn. For the Kavat genetic codes, you're going to come over to Deimos, and you're going to run Horned with an invisible frame, make it really easy on yourself. You can run any of these missions. Any missions that spawn random Kavats you can run, but I find Horned to be the easiest. And finally, for the Vasca, you're going to take your Kavat as your companion into the plains of Eidolon and get it infected. And then you're going to come back, take genetic imprints. And that's that. So that's the end of this section. Let's move on to Predasites and Vulpap, whatever they're called. We're here in Deimos, or Demios, or whatever it is, because this is where you find the Predasites and the V-Things. So you come here and you talk to Sun. Here he is. So we'll go in here, right, and you're going to see Revivification. And we'll click on Predasite, and you'll see here you pick the Predasite. You pick your mutagen, which I have none, but each mutagen does its own thing. And then you pick your antigen. So that's what you need. You need the weakened Predasite. You need the weakened beast, whatever one you plan to use. Your mutagen, your antigen. And for the V things, it's the same thing. You just need a hurt one. You need the mutagen, and you need the antigen. I just wanted to cut in here. Getting the Vulpaphyla, the Vulpap, as I've been calling it throughout the whole video, basically. To get him is the exact same way that we're going to be getting the Predasites here. I just didn't show it. All you need is the Vulpap lure and pheromones for it instead of the Predasite one. But the steps and everything are exactly the same. And you know, you can just interchange. You just have to go to the different marker instead of going to the Predasite one. But that's all I had to say. I figured save some time so you don't have to watch me catch one of them also. So we're still at Sun to get the rest of what we need. And we're going to go to Browse Wares. So you're going to need a lure, the Echo lure of the Predasite, and these. And you're going to want the pheromone glands. Now, the pheromone glands help you get the rare subspecies of them, depending on which one of these you're going for. The Vulpaps is what I'm going to call them. So whatever Vulpap you're going for, the rare kind you'll need the pheromone gland for. You definitely need it for the Predasite, because you need to get to rank 3 with these guys. And to get to rank 3, you need the MedJ Predasite tag. So at the very least, you need the Predasite pheromone gland, because that's a rare one and it spawns at Bohm. Well, there's that, and you'll see that once you get up to, I believe it's tier 2 you need to be, but if it's less, I'll throw it up here. You'll unlock the mutagens, which you buy right here, and the antigens also, which are down here. But you need the lures, you need the pheromone glands, and you're going to need this trank rifle. Also, to run this mission, someone invisible is preferable. Loki, Avara, Avara would honestly probably be better for this one than Loki would be, but Avara sucks, so we're gonna run it with him. Once you have those, you're gonna go to the arsenal, and you're just gonna throw those onto your gear wheel. So I actually already have my trank rifle down there, but I'll just move it to here. And we'll throw the Echo lure. And we'll throw, where's my other one? Predasite. And that's that. All loaded up. And we're ready to get in here. Okay, so I clicked out of there. Or I left the Necrolisc so I could show you this. You see time of day, this is Foss. What you're looking for the MedJ tag in specific would be Vohm. So you want to go in there and Vohm for the MedJ, and you want to throw the pheromones down, and that's how you get that tag. So that's everything you need. But we're going to go in and I'll show you what to do in Foss. It's the same thing no matter what. Just depends on the time of day and how lucky you are if you get what you're looking for. So now that we're in here, we're going to run around. You don't need your Arcwing for this. I'm going to end up using mine. But we'll pull this out, and now if you see up on the mini-map, we have a place we can go for all of these. So we'll start off with the Predasite. Ooh. I did not bring. I guess we're gonna run this like a new player, because I did not bring my Argon. That sucks. And we'll keep those out. When those out, when you have the lures out, is when you can see where you're going here. I put that away. Pop my invisibility so I don't have to fight these guys. Like I said, you can fight the guys, but you know, what's that really do for you? So we're gonna come up here. So now that we're in the area, we're just looking for this poop. Here we are. So now you see we follow these footsteps. Hopefully to the animal. And they're toxic, so keep that in mind. You don't need to keep this out, but I keep it out. So now that we're here, we have this in our hand. Check the invisibility, we got a little bit of time. I'm gonna kill it until we get here. But I'm gonna wait until I can pop my invisibility again. But you see we have this in hand, and we have this little bar that adjusts with how we look. So now that I pop this, we'll get right into it. We're gonna do this, hold the trigger, let it go all the way through. And now we wait. I'm not sure how well you're gonna be able to hear that, but here's the bar. And now you hold the trigger and follow it.
Most majestic predator. Let's hope it's not with its young. They can get aggressive when defending their offspring against a perceived threat.
And now it's coming.
Be wary when luring Predasites. You might get more than
Pause.
one coming to the party, and you won't be the kind of company they were expecting.
So now it's on its way here, and we just have to wait for it. There it is right there. And we're just gonna trank it up. It's tranked. We're gonna run over to it. Boom. Predasite tag. So that's how you get the tags if you need them. And you'll see that there's these up here. There's this like blue mark. That's gonna be an injured one, and it can be a Predasite or it can be the cat thing. And if you call for collection,
This one's an adult.
right there, now it's alive.
Rather adult.
And you see we grabbed that Pharaoh Predasite. So that's how you find those. So we're in our foundry here, and we have our antigen and our mutagen that we bought. I didn't pick anything, I just picked the ones that I can make because I didn't want to grind all the resources. So we'll craft these up. They take a quick minute. Once they're done, I'll meet you back in Deimos at Sun. Back here at Sun, or Chimeras, whatever you want to call him. Once you're talking to him, you can either do Predasite revivification, which is going to be you putting in your captured Predasite and then your mutagen antigen that you chose, or you can do the Vulpap. And that's what I'm going to do, because the mutagen antigen that I made is only for the Vulpap guys. So we'll use this Crescent guy. Here's the mutagen I made, the Zerime, so that adapts him to resistance against cold and impact. And gives him a tentacle tail. And then no side effects, and it tunes the infestation to the Viserion polarity, so the V polarity, I believe. So now we have them put together. Absolutely hideous.
All done. The infestation
And there he is.
purged.
Now we have him.
As well. We'll see you around.
And that'll be the same thing for the Predasite. It just all depends on, again, the mutagen and antigen that you buy from here and craft up. And you'll see, so like, for example, this antigen it doesn't work on the Predasites, it only works on these Vulpaps. And same thing for this mutagen, doesn't work on the Predasites, it's only for the Vulpaps. So just make sure you're paying attention to that. All these blueprints are infinitely reusable, so that is also a very nice thing about them. We are back in the ship. Let's check this thing out. There it is. all black is crazy. That is super tough. I said it was hideous. I actually like it. That thing is pretty cool. So that's how you get yourself a Vulpap. And the same thing goes for the Predasites, the exact same way. So for a quick recap on the Predasites and the Vulpaps, you're going to go to Demios Necrolisc, Dimos Necrolisc. You're going to talk to Sun. You're going to buy the Echo Lures, the Pheromones, and the Trank Rifle that you need. You're going to go out into the Drift. You're going to find either that little blue symbol shown right here, and you're going to pick those guys up as you're playing the missions, or you're going to find these 3 symbols right here, and you're going to head there with your lures and your Trank Rifles, and you're going to get them that way. And then you're also going to buy your Antigen and Mutagen from Sun. Take it back, craft it. The hardest parts of that are the fish you have to get, but it's mostly cave fish. Pretty easy to get. Once you have all that, you take all that back to Sun, and then you can select everything. And that's how you get those. Wrapped it up really simple. The final thing about the Predasites, you do need that Med-J Predasite, and again, that is in Vohm. So right now would be a good time to go there. And you throw those pheromones down right before you hit your first call to them, and that's what allows that to activate. So you run to the end of the tracks, hit the pheromone, call them, they call back, hit the call inside the white line, they come to you, you trank them, and pray it's a Med-J. Sometimes it's fast, hopefully it's your first try. I'm praying for you, but it took me probably about like an hour and a half or something like that, like two hours to get mine. It was a real pain. So if you start early before you need it, hopefully you'll get it. But that wraps that up for the Vulpaps and the Med-Js. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that. You were friendless, and now you got friends. Companions to run through the game with. Living, beating hearts, just like you. So, with that being said, we'll click through. You know, we got the different Kubrows, we got the different cats, the Kavats, we got more Kavats, we got this ugly little thing, we have, where's my dude, Schmegma, right here. It's the Helminth Charger that you can get. And yeah, that's all the pets. I don't have the Predasite to show because I didn't get one. And I also don't have the Vasca thing to show either, because I still didn't get one. But I didn't want to really wait any longer. I'm not too stressed out on getting them. I'll get them organically as I play through the game farther. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was useful for you guys. Hopefully you learned something. And hopefully you have a good companion now that you enjoy. Keep in mind, all these guys have mods. Their weapons can be modded. I would go on Warframe and check something out. The most important ones I would say are probably the Smita Kavat and the, the Carrier, which is not on the list, but he is important. So, for your companions, that's what I'd go for. I'd go for the Smita or the Carrier. I'm not sure if any of these other things are really meta or not. I mean, I enjoy using the Kubrows, they're pretty cool, but I never find them to be extremely useful for me. The one can bust open crates and all that, but whatever. You know. I always use the Carrier. I know that kind of goes against what this video is about, which is about getting the organic life forms in here. Which, obviously, they're cool. You know, have them run around your ship, if anything, for a decoration. That's what I'd do. But yeah, besides my Smita Kavat, I don't use any of them. And I don't even really ever use my Smita, because I don't know. I probably should, but I never noticed that big of a boost, but I also don't have it built correctly. So, I'm just running around, free balling. I'm sorry. Like, subscribe, drop a comment if you need help or something or whatever. You know, you just want to tell me to go fuck myself, all that, you know. But that being said, have a good night. Hope you all enjoyed. Peace.